Mercer is having a historic season this year after bringing their football program back only 11 years ago. Under first-year head coach Mike Jacobs, the Bears will enter the FCS Playoffs for the second time in school history with a 10-2 record. Could they go on a run? Who knows? But this is the story of the revival of Mercer football. But before we get into this, if you enjoy college football content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, let me know who you think wins the FCS national title in the comment section below. Mercer originally fielded a football program back in 1891, would not consistently field a program until 1906. During World War I, they would drop football in 1917 and 1918, but would return after the war. At the time, they were known as Mercer Baptist. They would field a team until 1941, but would drop the program again when the US got involved in World War II. Following the war this time though, they would not bring football back for 72 years. They would go 3-6 in their final season and lost their last game 40-13 to Chattanooga. They were led by first-year head coach Bobby Hooks at the time. Throughout their early history, they were members of the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Association and the Dixie Conference. They tried to bring the football program back after the war, but were dealing with financial issues. The 1941 football budget was approximately $50,000, a large sum by even today's standard. Money continued to be a problem for the school as they attempted multiple times to bring back the program. There were always rumors about the team returning, but they would never come to fruition. President William Underwood, in his third year in the role back in 2009, decided that it would finally be the time to bring back football and other sports. He explained, "I think athletics can provide a valuable learning experience for young men and women that participate. And I think they can learn valuable lessons about competition, time management, teamwork, and perseverance in the context of a rigorous liberal arts education. I think athletics done properly is about education. Our student athletes are real students, and at other universities you can't really say that. Athletics can be very valuable outreach for Mercer University. When you start talking about recruiting outside the state of Georgia and the southeast US, you talk about raising the profile of the university. Athletics can do just that, raise the profile of the university." Underwood would appoint a task force to study the possibility of bringing football back to Mercer. He wanted to raise Mercer's profile as a school and looked at what Gonzaga basketball had done for the school, making it a premier destination for college basketball fans. Underwood explained, "I'd like to take advantage of our niche as the only private school in Georgia that competes in Division I athletics." They were watching the school grow and break school attendance records for basketball games and wondered what football could do for the school. Bleacher Report wrote back in 2009, "Ask Underwood about football and he'll first point to the painting in his office. Depicted to his left is a colorful mural of a scrum of players in the 1892 contest between Mercer and Georgia Tech. The Bears won 12-6, but the game held significance because the Bears beat Tech in their first collegiate football game. Underwood arrived at Mercer via Baylor, so he knew what the advantages and disadvantages sports could do for the school. They also had schools to look at in the area to learn from, with Georgia State having recently started a football program, and the same with Campbell and Jacksonville, who were competing in the Pioneer League and were ASUN rivals. It would take another year from when the Bleacher Report article would report the possibility of football returning to when the football team would actually be officially announced. On November 19, 2010, it would be announced that Mercer would officially be bringing back football, as the Board of Trustees unanimously approved the plan to begin playing in 2013. Chairman W. Homer Drake Jr. would say, "This was a well-thought-out, carefully deliberated decision by the board that followed more than 2 years of study and discussion. The board's action today reflect the trustees' support for President Underwood, ongoing efforts to further strengthen the university's academic profile, reputation, and level of student engagement. Their plans were to join the Pioneer League, one of the 3 Division I FCS conferences that played non-scholarship football, the other 2 being the Ivy League and the Patriot League at the time." Underwood said at the press conference, "This kind of college football will enhance our academic reputation by aligning us with other outstanding universities that compete in Division I non-scholarship football, and by making Mercer even more competitive in attracting the most sought-after students. By attracting and retaining outstanding students, by aligning the university with other leading colleges and universities, and by raising the visibility of the university through the exposure that a football program brings, the sport will play a role in achieving Mercer's aspirations of being more widely recognized among the ranks of America's finest private institutions." After the announcement, they began looking for stadium locations and funding for said stadium, and planned to begin a nationwide coaching search in 2011. Mercer would hire Bobby Lamb to be the school's first head coach since 1941, who rose up the coaching ranks at his alma mater, Furman, where he would eventually be named head coach in 2002, leading them to 4 FCS playoff appearances and a 67-40 record. In their first season back, the Bears would go 10-2, finish third in the Pioneer League. They broke the NCAA record for wins by a startup program, During their first home game, they had an overflow of fans at the stadium, showing there was support for the program. But before they even played a game, it was announced that Mercer would be joining the Southern Conference for the 2014 season, becoming a scholarship-offering football program. Mercer would not find the same type of success in year 2 as a member of a tougher conference, going 6-6. They would hover around 500 over the next 4 seasons, but after a 4-8 season, it was announced that Bobby Lamb would not be returning as head coach. Lamb finished with a 41-39 record, and athletic director Jim Cole spoke on the decision, saying, "We have all worked side by side to start and grow the Mercer football program from a dream to an actual reality. Bobby Lamb shouldered the majority of that burden and workload in that process. We can never thank him enough." Players responded on social media saying they were grateful for all that Lamb had done for them. The man chosen to replace Lamb would be Lenoir Rhyne head coach Drew Cronick, who had been known as one of the more innovative offensive minds in college football. Cronick put together a 47-6 record in 4 years as head coach and won 4 straight conference titles at Reinhardt, Furman as their offensive coordinator, and Lenoir Rhyne. Cronick engineered one of the most impressive turnarounds in college football, taking Division II Lenoir Rhyne from a 3-8 season in 2017 to a 25-3 record in 2 seasons. He spoke on being hired, saying, "It is a dream come true to be back in my home state of Georgia, to be working at the great institution like Mercer University. I'm excited for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to working with President Underwood, Jim Cole, and the rest of the Mercer family. This is an exciting time for Mercer football, and I am looking forward to raising the bar on the gridiron. I'm home." In year 1 under Cronick, Mercer would improve to 5-6, following that up with a 7-3 season in 2021 and a 7-4 season in 2022, but they would not receive a bid to play in the FCS Playoffs. That was until 2023, when they would go on to have a historic season for the program. Mercer would start the season off 2-2 with losses to Ole Miss and Furman, or winning 2 straight before losing to Chattanooga. They would rally to end the season, though, winning 4 straight to finish the regular season at 8-3, which was good enough to earn a bid to play in the FCS Playoffs, their first appearance in the playoffs in school history. Cronick spoke on the achievement, saying, "I'm excited about the opportunity for the kids, for the school, and to get the Mercer brand out there. We need to show people that the committee made a good decision. I challenge our guys to go out and make some noise." They would beat Gardner-Webb at home 17-7 to set up a matchup against number 1 seed South Dakota State, a game they would lose on the road 41-0. It was an amazing season for Mercer, and it looked like under Cronick, Mercer was going to be building something special. That was until he shocked the Mercer community and left to take the offense coordinator position at Navy. Cronick finished with a 28-17 record, and it was a gut punch for the program that seemed to be on the rise. Could the next guy sustain and build on that success Cronick had found? The answer would be an emphatic yes. Mercer would go back to Lenoir Rhyne and hired Mike Jacobs. Jacobs had compiled a 74-17 record at Notre Dame, a Division II school in Ohio, and Lenoir Rhyne having the nation's 6th best winning percentage among active coaches at the NCAA Division I and Division II levels. Lenoir Rhyne went 13-2 in 2023, made it to the semifinals of the Division II playoffs. Mercer would start the 2024 season off 6-0 before losing to Samford 55-35, and then went on a 3-game win streak before getting destroyed by Alabama last weekend 52-7. Mercer clinched a spot in the FCS playoffs and a share of the SoCon heading into this past weekend, but would need to beat Furman to win the conference outright. They would take care of business, destroying Furman this past weekend, going to the FCS playoffs hot. Mercer returned to college football 11 years ago, and could go on a run in the FCS playoffs if the bracket goes their way. It has truly been an amazing story. What do you think? Who wins the FCS national title this year? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos YouTube thinks you will love right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.